Okay. Wow, it's early. So let's talk a little bit about how we're going to do our tea time meditations together. So first of all, I don't think that meditation is I don't think that the goal of meditation is to sit still and never move and have your head completely empty and not think of anything. I think that the goal of meditation is to be able to sit calmly through discomfort, or stand calmly through discomfort, or move around calmly through discomfort. And I think that there are many ways to achieve that. For a lot of people, and perhaps in more normal times, a way to achieve that, some tools to achieve that, are to practice sitting very still and clearing your mind of all thoughts. And if that's a tool that works for you, then keep doing it. That's good, because the end goal is to be able to be calm, to sit comfortably even when you're uncomfortable. But right now is a weird time. A lot of us are feeling very isolated. A lot of us are, in fact, very isolated. A lot of us are feeling fear. And it's very difficult to sit still and not think in times like this. So I think that it is not only perfectly acceptable, but also compassionate to change up our tools and to work with tools that can help us sit comfortably in discomfort, that maybe are a little bit more appropriate to the level of discomfort that we're all feeling right now. So, tea time meditation. So what we're going to do together is we're going to drink a cup of tea, and we're going to use that time as meditation time, as time to center ourselves, as time to focus our thoughts, to give our thinking a little bit of discipline, a little bit of boundaries. Right now, an important tool is, or an important, we'll call it skill, is going to be not to let our minds run away with fears that we don't know things, or imagination of how bad things could be. Because actually, things could be great if we choose for them to be great. Obviously, things will be hard, and people will be very sick, and some people will die, and so that's not great. But as humans, as people connected to other people, we're the ones who get to choose what we do with this experience. This experience has come, we're having it. But if we ground ourselves in compassion and in calmness, then we can choose how we get through it. So together, we're going to drink a cup of tea. Now let's first talk about the tea. It can be anything. It doesn't matter. If all you have where you are right now is Lipton black tea, go for it. By the way, Lipton black tea, plain old grocery store black tea, doesn't matter which kind. Whatever the most bargain barrel tea bag of black tea, you would actually be surprised how many ways I can use that as medicine, and you can too. That it is actually a very handy thing. So it doesn't matter if you don't have a wall of herbs all around you. Whatever you have, put it in a cup and drink it. And if you don't have any tea at all, just have water. It's fine. So one thing that we're going to do is we're going to think about the flavor and the smell of the tea. And this is actually an important tool as herbalists. When we are tasting tea, those flavors are coming from chemicals. This is what Rin teaches in the phytochemistry course. Those flavors come from chemicals. So the flavor of the tea actually tells us a lot of information about the chemical profile of the plant. And that gives us information about what that plant can do in our bodies. So you can actually taste a plant that you've never worked with before and that you don't know anything about, except that it's not poisonous, obviously. And you can already start to know what that plant can do in your body just based on the taste. Now, that's going to take you a while to develop. It's called organoleptics. It's going to take a while to develop. And so we're going to do an exercise with these tea time meditations where we just think about the flavor. your tongue is probably not very accustomed to experiencing individual flavors. So because so much of our food is, processed and over flavored with artificial flavors. Not that there's anything wrong with tons of spice, that's fantastic, but artificial flavors change the way that we perceive flavor. So if you have something with a lot of salt or a lot of preservatives or just other kinds of actual artificial flavors, it's just gonna mess up the way that your tongue works. So we all need to kind of retrain our tongue. We're not used to thinking this way. So we're going to drink our tea and think about the tea, not anything else. We're not gonna think about anything else right now. We're just gonna think about the tea. And if you do have access to individual herbs, if you have a home apothecary or are able to get some different individual herbs, then I would recommend just put one herb in your teacup, just one. Only chamomile, only calendula, only peppermint, whatever it happens to be. And the reason I recommend that, although that's not what I have in my cup right now, I have a blend in my cup, so whatever you drink is going to be fine. But if you have the opportunity to do this, the reason that that's helpful is because it really allows you to isolate the flavor of that one plant. So if I say apple right now, you can imagine what an apple tastes like, right? You don't have to be tasting it. You can imagine what an apple tastes like. And we want to develop that kind of flavor recall or flavor memory for all of the herbs that we want to work with. It's going to make it so much easier when we do formulation. So not only is our tea time meditation going to be something that helps us to find some comfort among the discomfort, but it's also going to be helping us to learn to be better herbalists. So that's really great. All right, so you're going to need a cup of tea. Or if all you have is even just water, that's going to be fine. Cup of something to drink and a quiet place to sit. And if that quiet place to sit is just you with your phone and your headphones, among your kids who aren't in school running around the house, then that's fine. Even cooler if your kids join in, but not all kids are willing to do that. And so if the way that you get a quiet moment is to put your headphones in, that's fine. Or if you have a space in wherever it is that you're self-isolated, where you can just have quiet and calm, then that is great too. So go ahead, get yourself a cup of tea, and we will do these meditations every day.